Oh my gosh.
Ready, set, bud? Tell me when.
No.
Okay, go.
Ooh, you see that?
That one. And music's up that one.
You know who that is? That was you when you lost your tooth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still have it lost.
This is a story about a boy named Emmett and how on his 8th birthday, he's gonna receive the incredible gift of art. And I was tasked to do it. Let's see how it got done. Just the background on Emmett. He plays piano and guitar, and he does taekwondo, and he swims. He's really talkative once you get him going, which is why he was on Tiffany Haddish. He's very smart, and his natural hair color is auburn titian colored. He loves gaming and anime, and one of the games he really likes the most is Smash Brothers because it's a cool collection of all the different characters from different games. He also loves Zelda and Pokemon. Sounds a lot like me as a kid, except I also got the luxury of growing up with Gundams alongside my Dragon Ball Z.
It's over 9,000!
But of course I didn't make any of this up. This is exactly word for word what his mom told me before she presented the project to me. Now here's her request. So my son is turning 8 and he is obsessed with anime. So I'm looking for someone who could turn him into an anime character. Maybe like a poster or something I could present him with. I asked him what his favorite character was and he said Goku. And so I'm thinking it's the young Goku, not the older buffer one. And his other favorite character is Kirito from Sword Art Online and in the SAO form. And he also really likes Natsu from Fairy Tail. But in the end, I think he wants to be Goku. He also really likes the guy from Forest the Piano, Kai. And he also really likes the drummer from K-On, Mitsu. Oh, and Pikachu. Can't forget Pikachu. Everybody likes Pikachu. And that's the end of the request. So basically, my client wants to turn her son into an anime character, and now it was my job to come up with a really cool concept and incorporate all of that into one image. I already had some ideas, and I was thinking maybe I can have him being surrounded by, maybe all of his favorite characters inside, some kind of, like a party scene. Like everybody showed up to his birthday party. And I think that'd be a pretty cool idea. So, yeah, before I get started though, there's a couple things. I actually am not familiar with all of these characters, so I gotta do some research. One of the best parts about doing fun projects like this is that I get to do research. And research now means I get to watch anime. So I'm technically getting paid to watch anime. Technically. And the best part about this portion of the job is that I could do this portion just about anywhere. Anywhere where I have, an internet connection and a few minutes to spare. So now that I have a really good idea of these characters, I'm going to do my best to recreate them in my own interpretation of what I think these characters could be like in this environment with Emmett. I begin by drawing these characters. And I keep drawing them until I get really familiarized with their style, their anatomy, their facial structures, their costumes, the way their body moves. And this is really cool because this is also another one of those projects where I can take anywhere to work on. For example, if I didn't want to work at my house, I could bring it in my studio. Or if I didn't want to work in my studio, I can work at a local cafe, or I could maybe work at a local park. It's good to get fresh air every once in a while, you know? Especially because when I was doing this, it was like 106, 110 degrees for an entire week. So going out and getting some fresh air was a really good idea. So I filled about a dozen or so pages full of these sketches. And look, I even started to work on the composition a little bit. It's time to put some color into it. So for the painting process, I decided to use my Surface Pro 4. And yeah, I know it's kind of an older piece of technology, but I think at the end of the day, it's still a really good pen display tablet, and the pen works really well. At least it works much, much better than my Asus ZenBook Pro Duo, which I use for just about everything else. But you know, the pen just doesn't work well on that, and the digitizer just, it's a real pain to work with. And I also wanted to use a lighter program, something that, you know, could, you know, paint things really well and really efficiently and also take up less RAM. And so I decided to use Clip Studio Paint instead of Photoshop. It just simply runs faster. I started with the line work, okay? I transferred the image from my book to Clip Studio, and then I just went over all of the lines, and then I made some adjustments here and there, cleaned everything up. This took a few tries, but you know, once I felt like I've had all the lines pretty good, I started adding in the colors. I started adding in the blocks of colors, okay? I like to work with the base colors and then add the shadows and then add the highlights after. And of course, I was using a lot of references through this. As you can tell, you know, the piano took quite a lot of work. The drums took a lot of work. And I've also added a lot of really cool Easter eggs in the background. As you can see right there, there's Link's sword and a few other characters. Can you spot them and kind of tell what they are?
There's Vegeta.
Oh, where's the Vegeta? Oh, okay.
And Piccolo and the Master Sword.
I wanted to add a lot of symbolism to this imagery, and one of the things that I thought was really, really cool was the fact that by having all 7 of the Dragon Balls in the actual picture while he is holding one of them is kind of like a way of saying, hey, may all your wishes come true. In fact, they probably will come true, at least one of them, and you can wish for anything. I wanted to capture all the characters as best as I could in their natural environment. So for example, Kai's playing the piano, Ritsu's playing the drums, and Natsu with this cocky attitude, Pikachu being very, very excited and happy in the back, and also Goku in the front. And after all that, 40 hours later, this is the final result. I think the parents liked it. I think my client was happy with it.
It was just so wonderful and like touching when I got to see it all for the first time. That was like really like cool, like and I'm just really happy how it turned out. Yeah, and wow. There's like all like special characters for him too, you know. It's gonna have a lot of meaning to him, so you know, and I hope this is something, yeah, we can put up in his bedroom.
We're going to put it up in his bedroom, in his new bedroom.
Oh,
you have to. My client took this image and put it on an acrylic print, which, I mean, looks super, super dope and super shiny and is super high end. And I think they were really, really happy with it. And I think Emmett was also really, really happy with it. And this is how I gave one lucky kid the gift of art for their birthday.